Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to the second lecture of stoichiometry. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of stoichiometry. Today we will discuss about the stoichiometric calculations. Dear students, the main objectives of this lecture are the stoichiometric calculations and how these calculations are performed. Dear students, in the previous lecture we have discussed various types of stoichiometric calculations, and we have read that there are different types of stoichiometric calculations, and all these calculations are interconversions of mass, moles and volume. Dear students, stoichiometric calculations are actually the comparison of the masses, moles and volumes of reactants and products. There are following types of stoichiometric calculations which can be performed. Number 1, mass of reactants can be compared with the mass of the products. Similarly, mass of reactants can be converted with the moles of products, and mass can be compared with the volume of the product. Dear students, if we are given the mass of reactants, we can find the mass of products by comparing the balanced chemical equation or balanced chemical reaction. So students, you can be given the mass of the reactants and you asked to calculate the mass of products or moles of products or volume of the products. So in order to perform the stoichiometric calculation, you must keep in mind that all these conversions are interconversions, and you can find all of them if one of them is given. During stoichiometric calculations, we compare mass of reactants with mass of the products. We can compare moles of the reactants with the moles of the products, and volume of the reactants with volume of the products, or these may be mass of the reactants with moles of the products, mass of the reactant with volume of the products, and moles of the reactant with volume of the products. Similarly, all these conditions, all these parameters can be given for reactants and can be found for products. Similarly, they can be provided for products and can be found for reactants. Now we'll discuss how these calculations are performed. We have an example that methanol burns according to the following equation. Dear student, this is the equation: 2Ci3OH plus 3O2 gives 2CO2 plus 4H2O. Students, if you look at this equation, it is a balanced chemical equation, balanced chemical reaction. So you are asked that if 5 moles of methanol are burned in oxygen, then calculate the moles of oxygen being used for the complete combustion of 5 moles of methanol, and moles of water produced at the end of the reaction. So students, you are provided with the following data: moles of methanol are 5 moles, moles of oxygen used unknown, moles of water produced unknown. You have to find these two parameters by using this information, which is 5 moles of methanol. First of all, moles of oxygen used. Dear students, you can see here oxygen is a reactant and methanol is also a reactant. So you can compare the moles or masses of reactants or moles and masses of products, or you can interconvert moles or masses of reactant to product, or product to reactants. So students, for doing such calculations, you have to compare all the times reactants with reactants, reactants with products, and so on. So for the calculation of moles of oxygen, you have to compare the moles of methanol with the moles of oxygen according to the balanced chemical reaction. Dear students, you have this reaction in which according to the reaction you can see here there are 2 moles of methanol and 3 moles of oxygen. This is our reference number of moles, reference quantities, reference concentrations. So you can compare their concentrations first according to the equation, and then you can find the conversion factor, or then you find the unknown value. So dear students, according to the equation you have number of moles of methanol and number of moles of oxygen. You are provided according to the equation 2 moles of methanol and 3 moles of oxygen. Means for the combustion of 2 moles of methanol we will use 3 moles of oxygen, as we have to find for 5 moles. So in order to find the value for 5 moles you have to use the unity value. You have to find the unity value. For example, you are asked to find moles for 5 moles, but you are given 2 moles. So for finding 5 moles, 5 molar concentration, you have to find the concentration with respect to unity factor. For example, for the combustion of 2 moles of methanol, 3 moles of oxygen are required. So if we are interested in the combustion of 1 mole of methanol, we will use 3 by 2 moles of oxygen. This 2 will be shifted towards here. Here it is multiplied, it will be divided here. So for the combustion of 1 mole of methanol, 3 by 2 moles of oxygen are used. We are asked to find 5 moles. We are asked to find the concentration of oxygen being used for the combustion of 5 moles of methanol. So we will multiply here the number of moles of methanol with 5 and number of moles of oxygen with 5 too. So for the combustion of 5 moles of methanol, multiply this with 5 and also here with 5. So by multiplication we will get, for the combustion of 5 moles of methanol, 7.5 moles of oxygen are used. You can multiply here, it is 5 into 3, 15 by 2, which is 7.5 moles of oxygen. So the final result is, for the burning of 5 moles of methanol, 7.5 moles of oxygen are required according to the balanced chemical equation. Dear students, the second one is number of moles of water being produced. Students, again look at the equation. For the combustion of 2 moles of methanol, or from the combustion of 2 moles of methanol, 4 moles of water are produced. So general ratio between the number of moles of methanol and water is 2:4. You will have to keep it in mind, 2:4. Now compare the equation as before. Number of moles of methanol as compared to the number of moles of water. According to the equation, for the combustion or from the combustion of 2 moles of methanol, 4 moles of water are produced. Then from 1 mole of methanol, 4 by 2 moles of water are produced. This is the molar ratio or conversion factor. So we are given the 5 moles, we can multiply with 5 on both sides. 5 moles of methanol when used, then 4 by 2 into 5 moles of water are produced. 5 4s are 20 by 2, which is equal to 10 moles of water. So from the combustion of 2 moles of methanol, 4 moles of water are produced, and from the combustion of 5 moles of methanol, 10 moles of water are produced. This is the calculation regarding the comparison of moles of reactants with moles of reactants and moles of reactants with moles of products. Then students, we have another calculation. Calculate the number of grams of potassium sulfate and water produced when 14 grams of potassium hydroxide are reacted with excess of sulfuric acid. So how can you find this? First of all, look at the equation, the data given. Given data is number of grams of potassium hydroxide, which is 14 gram. Okay. So number of grams of potassium hydroxide given 14 grams, and moles or mass of potassium sulfate and water are to be found. So these are unknown quantities. Students, you have to find mass of potassium sulfate and mass of water, and you are given only the grams of potassium hydroxide and sulfuric acid is present in excess. For doing such calculations, first of all you have to find moles of potassium hydroxide, because you are given this equation: 2KOH plus H2SO4 gives K2SO4 plus 2H2O. Students, you can see here you are given the number of moles in the equations, not masses. So it is very much easier for you if you convert the masses of the reactants or masses of the products into moles and then compare according to the moles. That will be very much suitable for you. So this is the equation. You are going to compare the equation, and equation is provided with moles. So it is more convenient for you to convert the given mass into moles. So for this purpose, you will be in a position to know the masses and molar masses of the given compound. Mass of potassium hydroxide given is 14 grams and its molar mass is 56 grams per mole. Mass of 1 potassium is 39 and mass of 1 oxygen is 16 and mass of 1 hydrogen is 1.008 or simply 1 mole, 1 gram, sorry. So collectively it is 56 grams per mole. So you can first of all find the moles of potassium hydroxide, which are, you can use the equation mass of potassium hydroxide divided by molar mass of potassium hydroxide. So moles will be 14 by 56, which is 14 ones are 14 and 14 fours are 56, 1 by 4, which is 0.25 moles. So moles of potassium hydroxide which you are using in this reaction actually are 0.25 moles. Now look at the equation and keep in mind you will have to compare the moles of potassium hydroxide with moles of potassium sulfate and moles of potassium hydroxide with moles of water in order to find the moles of or grams of potassium sulfate or water. Sulfuric acid is in excess, so we don't use it in the comparison. So first of all, for the calculation of mass of potassium sulfate, we will have to compare the moles of potassium hydroxide with moles of potassium sulfate according to the balanced chemical equation. Similarly, for the mass of water produced, we will compare the moles of water with moles of potassium hydroxide and then make further interconversions. So dear student, keep in mind this equation. According to this equation, 2 moles of potassium hydroxide are used for the formation of 1 mole of potassium sulfate, and you are using actually 14 grams or 0.25 moles. So first of all, compare the moles of potassium hydroxide with moles of potassium sulfate. So according to the equation, you can see here, from 2 moles of potassium hydroxide, 1 moles of potassium sulfate is produced. Look at here. 2 moles of potassium hydroxide are used to produce 1 moles of potassium sulfate. So from 1 mole of potassium hydroxide, you will get half mole of potassium sulfate. So actually we are using 0.25 moles. So multiply on both sides with 0.25. So you will get 0.25 moles of potassium hydroxide when used, then half into 0.25 moles of potassium sulfate. So from 0.25 moles of potassium hydroxide, 0.125 moles of potassium sulfates are produced. These are the moles, and you have to find the mass. Now use the equation. Mass can be found from the equation moles is equal to mass by molar mass, and after rearranging the equation, mass of potassium sulfate is equal to moles multiplied by molar mass. So by putting the values, moles, you have find 0.125 moles of potassium sulfate multiplied by molar mass of potassium sulfate, which is 174 grams per mole. After multiplication, you will have mass of potassium sulfate produced from 14 grams or 0.25 moles of potassium hydroxide is 21.75 grams. So by the reaction of 14 grams of potassium hydroxide, 21.75 grams of potassium sulfate are produced. Now students, the second portion, the second part, you have to find the mass of water from these 14 grams of potassium hydroxide. For this purpose, again look at the equation. The molar ratio of potassium hydroxide and water is, look at here, from 2 moles of potassium hydroxide, 2 moles of water are produced. So we are going to make a equational comparison. We are going to make a comparison of number of moles of potassium hydroxide and number of moles of water. Students, number of moles of potassium hydroxide and number of moles of water. According to the equation, as you have saw before, according to the equation, 2 moles of potassium hydroxide when used, 2 moles of water are produced. So from 1 mole of potassium hydroxide, 1 mole of water will be produced. So molar ratio is 1:1. Actually you are using 14 grams or 0.25 moles of potassium hydroxide. So according to the molar ratio, from 0.25 moles of potassium hydroxide, 0.25 moles of water are produced, because the molar ratio is 1:1. So these are the number of moles of water produced, and you are asked to find the mass of water. So again use the equation. Mass of water will be equal to moles of water produced during the reaction multiplied by molar mass of water. So 0.25 moles are produced, and multiply it with the molar mass of water, which is 18 grams per mole. Students, per mole and moles will be cancelled out, and we will have 4.5 grams of water. So we can say that by the reaction of 14 grams of potassium hydroxide, 4.5 grams of water are produced. Hopefully now you will be in a position to resolve the equations, to resolve the stoichiometric calculations. Students, now it's your turn to make practices of these calculations. Best of luck. Allah Hafiz.